Only 10% of people that go into the day trading profession are successful. So that means that about 90% of those people within the first 6 months go completely broke, or they're not successful enough that is a sustainable livelihood for them. So they have to back out of that. So I was supposed to be a part of one of the intern programs with a branch of Merrill Lynch that studies day trading as well as different ETFs and mutual funds. So that was supposed to be my internship for the summer, but then COVID came along and cut about 98% of the economics internships. But so that whole spring of 2020, I spent studying different day trade strategies. Had a lot of mentorships with a couple of guys that worked at the Merrill Lynch firm up in New York. They came down and did a lot of weekend mentorships and lectures for us that wanted to go to that. So they gave me a lot of really good knowledge on the day trading profession and what we were going to be doing with that internship. So to start off with day trading, you need to research what different stocks you're willing to buy. You have to do a lot of in-depth research. And then you get into determining what percentage you want to make from that stock. So what you want your margin of success to be, as well as your margin of error. And then once you do that, you have to go about the actual process of purchasing that stock and then setting what's called a sell order. So when you research that stock, you will look at the trends of what that would be. So here I've drawn up a makeshift trend. And so we'll look at the P to E ratios, which is the price to earnings ratio. And so hypothetically that price to earnings is 8. So that means that this stock is trading at 8 times its value. And so what a day trader looks at, so what you're going to need to do is see, okay, well, so this stock started off at $10 and then it jumped up to 15 and then it dropped back down to around 7. So this would be a good buying point. This would be what a lot of day traders look for, is that $7 mark. And so you would buy here, and then once that jumped back up to around 12, those day traders would then sell that. And so that's where you would need to sell that stock that you bought. And then so once you do that, we're going to assume this is the same day, because there are a lot of stocks that day traders look for that when you're going through your research and you see this kind of trend in a day or even over the course of a week, this is what you want to go for. And so then when that volatility drops back down to 5, this will be another buying point. And then once you buy here, you sell again once it gets back up to around 15, so that that profit margin for that day or that week is very successful. And so then once you research and you find stocks that have that kind of trend on it, you want to go ahead and decide what percentage you're looking to make. So for example, if it were to hypothetically drop down to $5 and then say that it jumped back up and stayed at $10, that would be a 100% percentage increase. So you will have completely doubled your money on that. And so if that's the percentage you're looking for, that's not likely that you're going to very often find stocks that are going to double in value. So more often people's percentages would be anywhere from 5% to 25%. And so to give you an example on that, is if you make 25% on $100. So if you started out with $100 and you made 25% 44 times, that means that you have turned that $100 into $1 million. And then if you were to hypothetically make 5% on your money, and you did that 191 times, you then turn that 100 into $1 million as well. And so that's the type of, now the odds of you doing that are very low, but that's the type of mindset that these day traders have, is that percentage margin. And then so after you do that, you have to complete the purchase. You go in and whatever platform you're using, you just click buy the stock, and then you'll be able to find what's called a sell order. And so when you do that is you go find that sell order, and then you put it, okay, so I want to make 5% on my money. So hypothetically, you bought this stock here for $100, and so you want to make 5%. And so then you say, okay, and so you set that sell order to sell that stock at $105 whenever it reaches that point. And so the system will automatically sell that stock at $105 once it hits that sell order. That way these day traders can go research other things. Hypothetically, they want to go research a food brand that just purchased the wine company Alohan because they want to branch out into wine. And so you can go start doing those research as well. The system automatically purchases and sells those stocks for you. So, like I said, day trading is one of the hardest professions to be involved in. because the market's very sporadic, but it has one of the most highest profit margins of any profession in the United States. So you need to make sure that you do your research, figure out what trends you want to look into, figure out what companies have new research going on, find out which ones are going to be successful and have a high price to earnings ratio. Then you need to determine what percentage you are willing to make, what percentage you're going to shoot for, and then you need to go ahead and make your purchase and set a sell order. So a couple stocks that you guys can go look into would be Halliburton and the Gush ETF. So take this knowledge and go look into those.